What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and here we are, Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. I know a lot of people have a lot of other things going on in their minds, on their schedules. Some of you are traveling. Some of you are preparing to have the dreaded in-laws visit you. Some of you are just at work today, like me and like many others. Regardless, I hope you do have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. If you're not celebrating Thanksgiving, a safe and happy Thursday coming up tomorrow. I'll probably still have a video for you tomorrow. Can't forget you. I know a lot of people, unfortunately, due to retail, will be working tomorrow. And maybe that'll be the subject of my video. As somebody who worked in retail almost all of his life, I know the struggle. Believe me, I've worked at both Best Buy and Walmart during Black Friday. Now, I thought about whether or not I should cover this because everything this YouTuber does is for attention. Yeah, a claim that you could probably make of most YouTubers. Hell, of course we want people to watch our videos. That's why we produce them. You know, somebody who says, "Oh, I just like making videos. I don't care if anybody watches them." You want people to watch your videos. Now, over the years, Onision has been involved in many just horrendous type things. He is definitely, in my opinion, guilty of a long history of using his YouTube channel to groom young girls to join his relationship. We saw this in a long string of these girls appearing on Chris Hansen's YouTube show. Boy, if you're old like me, what a world we live in. We've got Chris Hansen doing YouTube streams about YouTubers. To be honest, I don't find them as interesting as the old have a seat, but, you know, it's still interesting to watch. And Onision has been the subject of his ire for several weeks, bringing several different people on the show to share just harrowing tales of mental manipulation and, you know, all sorts of other bizarre things. But everything came to a head yesterday with this YouTuber who has multiple YouTube channels with millions of subscribers, most of them long since dead or tuned out of his channel, being banned from Patreon for doxing. What did he do? Well, he posted a text message to Twitter, which contained a phone number of an ex. Now, whether or not that was intentional, Patreon used that as a opportunity to ban him. I'm not sure of this number, but I was told he had about 4,000 patrons. I'm sorry, $4,000 roughly in Patreon money coming in every month. That, of course, disappeared. YouTuber Greg Onision Jackson has been banned from Patreon after allegedly doxing a woman online. That's not an alleged, that's a fact. On Sunday night, he posted a text message and the phone number of the accuser who claimed that she had been groomed while living with Jackson and his wife, Kai. They have some sort of weird cult, I would guess, him and his girl. He has always had a history of being a degenerate, you know, and he just finds people who are into it. The Verge confirms those messages broke Patreon's terms of service, violating the bullying and harassment section of the community guidelines. Before the ban, Jackson had 560 patrons donating at least $5 a month to get access to his private Instagram and the use of forums for Onision fans. The news of the ban seems to have been rough on Jackson, who has posted videos on his YouTube channel titled "Wow." Jackson pours a bottle of kombucha over his head while screaming, "What am I going to do now?" While he says as he contorts his body and face on the floor. 11 hours later, he posted a video called "Sorry," where he claims that he hadn't slept in 20 hours and that news of his Patreon has caused him some distress. Now, here's the thing. This particular video, just like the other video, was all monetized. If you're really sorry, you don't monetize those videos. But let's just put into perspective. Oh, I'm so bummed. I'm going to finish the Christmas set back there, I promise. It looks kind of bare right now. I'm in process. The guy has, on his Onision Speaks channel, 1.61 million subscribers and can barely muster 40 to 50,000 views per video, which would be a great feat for many, but not with someone with 1.6 million subscribers. Then you have his Onision channel with 2 million subscribers, with skits and all sorts of other interesting things, and he can barely muster 20,000 views, 1% of his entire subscriber base. So obviously between the 2 million on his Onision channel and the 1.61 million on Onision Speaks, obviously there's a huge amount of crossover. But when you look at Onision, he's reached that level of YouTube anti-fame where more people know of him and the things that he's done than care to watch their current content. This is very common for old YouTubers who have been around for 5-10 years and still have amassed a giant subscriber base over those years, but are relatively uninteresting, or people more so are interested in drama videos about them than anything they actually have to say. To be honest, even though I still, try to look out for him, but another example of this type of YouTuber would be like Boogie. He's been around long enough that anytime he screws up, more people are interested in that than necessarily what he's got going on. Now, look, I guess he's having some success with his travel vlog or his travel video channel, and I sincerely hope that continues for him. But it's just the fact. Eventually, we all get old and we all get played out, and people don't watch us anymore. But they still remember us, and so they're only interested when we screw up. So you can look at these type of videos. The wow video and the sorry video are both very bizarre, very, how do you say, over the top, well acted. I mean, he's definitely acting. You can see the response with 40,000 views. Take the dislikes out of it, only 400 upvotes. So who in the heck are his Onision's fans? His fans aren't watching this. With 4,000 downvotes and no comments, you've got a really small fan base, I would say. And these are the people that would have paid for your Onision fans. The interesting thing about this whole situation is just how far the man has fallen. He got a lot of his fame during the lull so random phase of YouTube, and now YouTubers like oh wow, gosh, why can't I think of his name right off the top of my head? It'll come to me. The things he does that are screwed up get more views than him himself. Why can't I think of his name? Hold on a second, I'm thinking of it. Repsion uploads videos that regularly get 200,000 to 400,000 views about Onision, and Onision could only dream of getting that kind of views on most of his videos. And you can see just he's in a constant state of melting down. People do like watching a good dumpster fire, but not one that just goes on for years. Eventually you get sick of it. There are a lot of people that watch my channel that eventually just get sick of bad news all the time, and they just tune out. Maybe they don't unsubscribe, but they just don't want to consume it anymore. This is true for everything. Every video he uploads, he's having some sort of meltdown, and people just aren't buying it anymore. And you can see he's trying, sadly, to reclaim his I'm a Banana fame video from 10 years ago, which got 77 million views, by uploading I'm a Burrito, and it got 11,000 views. Now, old YouTube is gone. All that Onision had left was his Patreon, clearly, and I'm guessing that many of those hundreds of people had long forgotten that they were actually subscribed to him. Jackson has created a new website where his supporters can donate money to him, similar to his now defunct Patreon, offering the same rewards. The site claims this product was selected to give you guys the best experience possible, far more organized and efficient than before, but currently has no active forum. Over the course of 2019, 6 women have come forward with their own stories about Jackson and Kai. Starting off as fans of the Onision channel, they claim that Kai and Jackson pressure them into online or physical encounters. Chris Hansen has been interviewing the alleged victims on YouTube about their experience with the pair. Who is the guy, of course? Well, he started uploading in 2007, like I said, during the lull so random period of YouTube. Before creating the viral Banana song in 2009, he was one of the first successful YouTubers being featured on Tosh.0 with multiple books to his name and more than 2 million subs. Jax's next decade was wrought with controversies, from a messy divorce from his first wife to an IRS audit of his finances. His content also shifted to judging the looks and experiences of his overwhelmingly young fan base while posting sometimes incoherent vlogs. Kai and Jackson have 2 kids together, which some worry may be caught in the middle. Many YouTubers have chronicled the many controversies of Onision over the years, coordinating a collection of content creations. Some, like Blair White and Repzion, have shared their thoughts on the Patreon ban. Onision has been banned from Patreon. Jessica Yaniv has to pay money to her victims. Stay Losing 2019. I'm here for. Here's Repzion. Honestly, at the current moment, I really do fear for his children's safety in his household right now. Dumping an entire bottle of alcohol on the floor like he did, acting that way, I'm sorry, but for a child, that behavior must be terrifyingly bizarre. Now, I think that when you look at Onision over the past, I'm more skeptic that his bizarre behavior is all the time. I think that it's an act, but also many people sharing stories of interacting with him in real life seem to indicate that his real persona is actually worse. And you can see on Deserto on Sunday, November 24th, Onision tweeted out a screenshot of a private message allegedly between himself and Billy Dawn Webb, who recently appeared on Chris Hansen's YouTube channel claiming that he had harassed her. According to reports, one of these screenshots include Webb's full telephone number, prompting Patreon to disable his account, which had over 500 patrons, no longer allowing him to receive monetary support from his audience on the platform. Many of those people clearly had forgotten they were giving him money, because where are they? They're not even liking his videos. In a statement to The Verge, a Patreon spokesperson confirmed that Onision's actions constituted doxing, which was a direct violation of the company's rules, leading to the removal from the site. And even though the images weren't posted on the platform, the company has a strict no doxing platform. Now, the thing was, in the Verge article, Onision claimed that he didn't understand why. He was confused why he was being banned, when it's very clear why he was being banned. And if you follow this bizarre situation, if you know just what is going on with this dude, you know that Patreon probably has wanted to ban him for years, but they waited for any legitimate reason to do so. Now, this isn't the same way they act with everybody, but you can take a look at how Patreon created they treated Lauren Southern, for example. They obviously didn't like her, and they waited for any reason to ban her, and they did so. And that's what they did with Onision. But it's, you feel bad for the guy as a human, but after you kind of just get to know all the terrible things, when you have that many women coming forward and saying just that you've manipulated them, you had them shaving their heads, you had them doing all sorts of bizarre stuff, you don't feel bad for him at all. And, while he hasn't directly broken any rules on YouTube that I know of, certainly the information that's coming out is pretty clear that he's using this channel to funnel young women and girls into some bizarre relationship with his wife and their 2 kids. The guy just does not seem like a good human, and hopefully he pursues a career that isn't creating content, but I don't see that happening. Onision, more like Onisioff, am I right? Ha 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 ha. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.